Okay, little did you know this is actually take 2. Yet. Yo, Restream, what's up? Are we live? We're live. We're on Twitch. Yo, let's freaking go. We're so live. All right, let me pop out the chats. Big day. We're early today. Doing an earlier stream. I dyed my hair. It's dead. That's what that means. Hey, gamer. Hey, Fiskin. Banned for early. Uh-oh. Kendrick. Hello, hello. You guys. I'm going to be so for real. I had to motivate the hell out of myself to be here today. I'm so sleepy. I'm so tired. I'm forcing myself to drink electrolytes and magnesium. And I've decided I think the taste of these electrolytes gets old for me. So I'm going back to my tried and true. Sometimes you just need to start TBH. Sometimes you just need to bribe yourself with, I now have no excuses because now I can't say that I'm dehydrated and sleepy. That can't happen with electrolytes. It's scientifically impossible. I would know. I'm a scientist. And then I also have little treats for myself. This is from Costco. They're like little oatmeal dark chocolate bites. And then also, hold on, I gotta pour the tea first. I have tea in a thermos because I need copious amounts of tea. But also I wanted to drink out of a fancy cup today. So I also have a fancy cup tea situation as bribery. So this is what I do. And I was like, okay, you know what? We can set some pomodoros if you need, girl. But I think this will do. Oh, this tea is really good. You know what? Y'all already know what kind of tea it is. It's freaking Yorkshire Gold tea. It's an early stream. It's not coffee. It's Yorkshire Gold breakfast tea. She's drinking Brondo. It has the electrolytes that programmers crave. You're so right. Both plants and programmers crave electrolytes. All right. I was working on this off stream. Hold on. I gotta switch inputs. If you all need anything from me, by the way, if you need anything changed, it's too late. I've already unplugged my mouse. So I will be taking no requests at this time. Also, look. The creature. I really need to get a switcher for this, TBH. Yeah, you say Yorkshire Gold 3 times and a Brit jumps out of your closet and goes, toodly-hoo. Any specific teas that you drink? I do drink, I love Yorkshire Gold. Their decaf tea is really good if you need like a decaf option. I really should get their decaf option because I want to drink all the tea, but I'm having to restrict myself to only a little bit because otherwise I am sensitive to caffeine. Lobo, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Can I ask what Linux distro? You can ask any. You can, well, an AMA. Yeah, I mean, this is NixOS. I'll try and zoom it all in for you a little bit more too. I use Nix because people are always wondering about my setup. And you know how, hold on. Yes, okay. Do you know how much easier it is for me to just be like, you guys want to know what programs I'm using? Go look at my configuration.nix file. All right, so let me take a look at what we did yesterday. We as in me, okay? I can't pretend like the chat, just kidding, the chat has actually been very helpful. I learned about anyhow errors. I also, if I am peaking productivity today, if I'm my best self, I gotta film something while we're on stream. Because Lord knows, I am gonna get off stream and I'm gonna be like, I feel like garbage. Let me go lie down. I don't wanna do this. Might as well like, if I'm already on camera, be on camera. You know what I'm saying? How good are you with Rust? Like at what level? I'd say I'm like pretty beginner Rust. TBH. Stream res is too good. It's 4K now. Got that 4K stream resolution. All right. So you guys can see me, you can see me mess up my code in Ultra HD. All right. I'm gonna quickly write down a few more things. However, I will only be a beginner Rust for this period in time. Okay? Because we're locking in. And we have more projects lined up to work on. We're locking the heck in. I think it was this error. Yeah. Noted. Aren't you learning it since 2023? I saw the video with TJ. No. The video with TJ was the extent of all the Rust I did ever. Where I learned how to do what? Cargo run. I don't even remember what we did. But it was like that was the first. I didn't even look into Rust before the video. I was like, brother, you're teaching me, right? Hey, is this a MacBook? No, this is actually, so this is NixOS. It's running on my Framework Pro 13-inch laptop. Sorry, I got streamer loot. What can I say? I'm lucky and I know it. Yeah, it's nice. All right. You said you got hired for Golang coding on a live stream. What was the level for that position? Well, so it's interesting because it's like I was basically just like the head of community everything there, so it ended up being quite a senior position. I mean, I'd also say with like coding stuff, I've never really had any, like I've never really had much hand holding. It would just kind of be like, there are issues that need to be done. I'll just do them. So I don't know if that answers your question. I don't know if that answers your question. I never got that intern. Well, I got intern / junior experience, but like pre-coding. Not for coding stuff. I guess. This is not going to work. The font is all wrong. What? This is how tiny it is when I'm not streaming. This is how tiny it is. Okay. I think I recall what I was working on. we'll look at the recent commits. Add available servers, make it check. Oh yeah, okay. So what we have to do right now, we need to focus on forwarding the connection, which I don't freaking know how to do. Okay. Are you using a 24mm lens? I don't know what version, what it's on. I think it's 20. Mine is like it's adjustable. So it goes from 16mm to 50. Yeah. Oh, I can't even move chat. How long have you been learning Rust for? How long's it been? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Something like that. You can see on the live streams. All the live streams on my YouTube channel are like, that is when I first started learning Rust. Actually, okay, I guess for what it's worth, I did start the JetBrains Academy thing a little bit before my stream. Like a little bit before I started streaming it. So, hope that helps. Hope that helps. Okay. So I had ideas here. Execution, not sure. Oh, okay, or not. We gotta uncomment all of my wonderful code that I did. Okay, so pretty much this is what I was originally thinking, and then I was like, wait, I don't know how this actually works. So I think what I need, keyboard travel key-ish. I think what I need to look at actually is Tokio. We need to look at the Tokio. The only thing that's kind of annoying here is that I feel like is there like a forwarding thing? No. I did ask AI. We can see what it said. TCPListener, TCPStream. Use Tokio and pipe bytes. Oh, you are just piping bytes? You just send in the bytes along? Are you middlemaning it the whole time then? Okay, TCP proxy pattern is the accept the client, connect to upstream, then relay both directions until one side closes. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, Kakashi. I think the tricky thing is there were a lot of different times where I was like, oh, I really want to learn a new language. But I think realistically doing a full-time job, also doing like live streaming in particular, I feel is like a big time requirement. So also doing streaming, also doing YouTube, and then also trying to learn a new language in my free time was just like, I'll be honest, maybe one too many things on the plate. Okay, so what is this doing? So it's creating so in here we have a listener. We're listening on port 43,000. And then we're gonna basically just continuously await some kind of inbound traffic. We spawn an async call to our forward function, which is gonna be what connects it to some kind of upstream address. IO copy bidirectional. What a funky little guy. Okay. So accept client, connect to upstream, then relay both directions until one side closes. All right, we tried this. What is Tokio spawn? Oh wait, actually, I think I have a cargo doc. Yes. Yippee! You have that little cargo doc guy. Yippee! I wanted to look at this and it was what? It was spawn? The heck does that even mean? spawns a new asynchronous task. Is that the one that it's using? Yes. Yes, that is the one that it's using. Spawns a new asynchronous task, returning a join handle for it. How interesting. I've been coding for 3 to 4 years now. Can't even code a small project by myself. Honestly, just try and just translate something that already exists. I feel like greenfield projects are notoriously, like, they can be very intimidating. Some people don't find them intimidating at all. Like, some people have no fear and they're so brave and they just freaking do it. And they're like, wait, is this supposed to be scary? But reality is, the more you do it, the more you are going to gain confidence in knowing that you can unblock yourself and figure it out. So I'd recommend just start building something that already exists. It's much harder when you try and do something fully from scratch, especially in the beginning, because it is nice being able to like kind of look at somebody else's solution and be like, what is this? Interesting, Alchemist. So Alchemist is saying, I think it depends on what you're used to. I'm self-taught and only knew Greenfield for the first 8 or so years of programming. I find arguing with people on Jira and Slack to be more intimidating than Greenfield as a result. What was the website that you used to learn Rust? I think there's a command for it. If you do !learn Rust, I think there's a link. It's for JetBrains Academy. I am stuck in tutorial hell. Yeah, so start building something where you can use another person's repo as like a bit of a solution for you. So if you get stuck with something, but what I would try and do is like you can use AI to help explain things to you. Hold on. You can use AI to help explain things to you to how it like how it works and stuff. I'm so multi-threaded right now. Holy shit. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so we use tokio spawn for an async command. All right. Alrighty. So handle connection. This is what I was gonna basically have as that like forwarding thing, which I think the forwarding name for it probably makes the most sense. Or I mean, handle connection. It kind of depends on what I'm trying to do here. Because part of what I was thinking for this one is that I can basically do the whole load balancing thing in here. So basically send it to the next server. Okay, send to, hold on. Sorry guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh, if someone was giving me advice on how to properly handle this, I missed it. I should have definitely made chat bigger. I see like 6 messages at most at once. I thought she moved to Emacs. This is Emacs. This is Doom Emacs. Alrighty. Okay, send to the next server. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do is we need to new connection. Okay, so I think this stream listener.incoming. Accept the connection. Okay, if it has an error accepting the connection, am I handling that here? Okay, do an async call for forwarding the info. My nails are so long now. I need to get them done. So this apparently I need to do Tokio stream. And then it's like an async whatever. Oh, Tokio spawn. Async move. Oh, it's moving. What does it move? Does typing still work with such long nails? It's really hard to touch type. Cause like if I'm feeling the nubbin on the keyboard, it's like my nail is long enough to also press the key above it. My mom has long nails and types faster than I do. I feel like if you have the laptop keyboards seem easier with it. It is harder to do on the mechanical keyboards. But this is also part of why when I get my nails done, I get them done pretty short. They're just super grown. They're grown out as hell right now. It's like almost embarrassing to show you. I had press-ons at one point. I literally ripped them off because I couldn't type. So Allie, what I do is I'll do press-ons, but I'll do glue the glue tabs instead. And it's great because then you can take them off whenever you want. They're kind of like, they're a little bit less resilient. Like you basically have to like chain, like they might fall off within like a few days, but you can just like glue tab it on again. I'll like heat it up with a hair dryer and then stick it on. And I find it lasts a little bit longer. But the glue tabs are great because then it's like if you actually need to like use your hands normally, you can just take your nails off and it doesn't. They always fling off from you within like 2 hours. Yeah, you gotta heat it up with a hair dryer so that the glue tab kind of melts a bit. And then also if you have rubbing alcohol, like wipe your nails with like acetone or rubbing alcohol or something first to like dry them out. But yeah, it makes a big difference. I was doing that for a little bit. I was just finding my nails lately have just been so dry that it's been better for me. Like it's actually been healthier for my nails to just get them done. Plus if I'm doing like, I don't know, if I'm doing like content where I'm showing my hands a lot, it's like nice to have my nails done. But I say that, but like, look at this shit. What is that? They're so grown out. It's okay. We're fixing it. It'll be fixed tomorrow. Everything fine today? How you feeling? I'm sleepy as hell. I had to bribe myself this morning. I started doing nail stickers and I found ones that harden from the UV in the sun. Oh, yeah, I've seen the, what are they called? Ohara? Those ones look cool. Yeah. Where do you work? Here. I'm employed by Twitch chat. This is a tech channel, right? I'm out. Oh, yeah. Yes, brother. Okay. So async move removes captured variables from the surrounding scope into the future. What? Guys, we're freaking time traveling. That's crazy. I didn't know you could time travel in Rust like that. That's insane. Wait, did you leave your job? I quit my job like in like September. I've been doing full-time content since January. Yeah. Me quitting my developer job to code more. I'm like, let's just I was like, you know what? I don't want to code for other people right now. Let me just build whatever I want and see if we can make it work. How else am I gonna quitting my job to learn Rust? We've already gotten our warnings from HR. Yes, that's a very nice cup. Yes, this is part of how I bribed myself to be here today. Okay, listen, quitting my job to stay home and drink tea all day. I was already doing that, for what it's worth. Bye, Allie. Have a good day. Enjoy. Okay, without move, the async block captures by reference when possible. Wait, so what is it? Okay, wait. The future takes ownership of X instead of borrowing it. That's why async move is most common. Well, that's why async move is common with spawn. The task may outlive the current stack frame, so it can't hold non-static borrows. Okay, so we move it to live with the spawn because otherwise there's a chance that the task might outlive the current stack frame because it's asynchronous. We'll see. We'll see. This is, I believe this one is Terminus. This one is definitely Terminus nerd font. You'll also often see on my channel Blex mono nerd font is the one I use in a lot of my videos. IBM Plex fonts are really good. Okay, async move because we are transferring. Okay, I'm gonna add a little note for that. Okay. We do stream plus async move because the async call might outlive the current scope. I feel like that makes sense. We'll see. Future me is gonna look at this and be like, this freaking idiot. Freaking idiot. What do you mean? Girl, what you talking about? Okay, we do async move something something. Okay, so we do async move. And then we have a block scope. We check if the error... Oh, if let, we assign an error value if forward fails. And forward inbound. This one we do TCPStream connect. And then IO copy bidirectional. Okay. Async move, I gotta move this to its own little block scope thing here. Me reading that, immediately forgetting what it said. Hold on. I'm running into, where was I? Is it this one? Yeah. We're just gonna have it side by side because your girl, you know what? We freaking need it. We need the help today. Async move, if let error. Oh, right. Okay. So we want to assign the error if we have an error is equal to that, which means this also needs to return an error. Well, it's a result. We needed to return an error if If let error E forward await. Is this a thing? I've never seen an if let where you only take the error and not the result. But I guess because its result is always going to be empty, it's only going to be an error. This is so interesting. I did not know you could do this. All right. Okay. And then this is also going to be an async function. So we want to do await. Also, yes, I started getting into the async stuff without you yesterday. Hey, finally caught one live. These are great co-working streams. Let's go, John. I appreciate you showing up. Coffee or tea? I don't drink coffee. I don't like coffee. I think I've told the chat already before. My beef with coffee, where I can now never drink coffee, is because I had a teacher when I was a kid that had such bad coffee breath. And when they would like lean in to explain something, it was like, it smelled so bad. Like it was such bad coffee breath that now I like can't smell coffee or like I've tried coffee and I was like, I feel like I'm just like mouth breathing someone's coffee breath right now. It is gross to me that it traumatized me. I'm like, I can't do it. I'm good. I'm so good. I'm just gonna drink my freaking Yorkshire Gold in peace. Okay. Okay. Expected a block. Yeah. So that is gonna be outbound copy by direction. Tokio spawn is this. I want to double check. Is that await? Await, and then the result. So if there's an error, what do we want to do? Oh, I'm sorry, the text might be kind of too small for you. Agree. I'm at work and I recommended these streams to my colleague because he's focusing on his master's. Let's freaking go. Okay. Listen, maybe I'm biased because I'm a woman, but I feel like for whatever reason, like when I listen to when I have like female creators on in the background, it is always so good in the background. It's so much less distracting than having a guy's content in the background. I don't know why. I think there's something to do with like the okay, Zandos, chill. Okay, can you ask me something about a programming language, please? Or like my Linux setup, please. Yeah. I feel like I love my female creators, man. It's so nice. I find it so much more like, I'm like, oh, my brain is like, this is peaceful. Versus like, if I'm listening to some people when they're talking, I'm like, it's very distracting. And I'm like, I don't know why. Tokyo spawn, that's why, because I'm making things up here. I'm worse than AI. I just be making shit up. Okay. If there's an error, what do we want to do? We would be in the main. For now, we can just print it. We're going to just yoink whatever they got. Okay. We'll just say unable to handle connection. Okay. And this we don't worry about. Is this necessary? Listener await. Listener is a TCP listener bind for listener.incoming. What is that listener.incoming? Unable to bind incoming port connections. What are you? Returns the iterator over the connections being received on this listener. Oh no. Wait. What does this mean? Does this mean I'm going to have multiple connections? I will. Does this mean that the solution that it gave me only accepts one connection at a time? I don't know. A major thank you so much for the 3 months at tier 1. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Animals also find female human voices more calming. It's not just us. It's so interesting. Honestly, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense. He's focusing on mastering systems programming. Oh, that's sick. Or aren't we all? You know what? We all deserve a nice, comfy, cozy place to hang out and learn things. Okay, wait. So it's doing .bind and then await. So my listener is just bind .await, but this one doesn't take the inbound. Oh no. Listener.accept .await. What is the difference between listener incoming versus listener await? Hold on, I have this. Incoming. No. Nah, you didn't need that. Okay. Incoming versus, what was the other one? Incoming versus accept for rushed. I changed it to DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo gives me the best results for programming. Like, what the heck? Can someone explain this to me? Why is it, how did DuckDuckGo overtake the other search engines for giving you the best technical content results? Like even Brave. I think I posted about how DuckDuckGo is mogging Google for like developer search results. And then people were like, oh, but Brave search is even better. Or imagine not even using Brave search, KEKW. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll try Brave search. And I'm like, Brave feels like the in between DuckDuckGo and Google results, where I'm like still getting a lot of BS that I don't care about, but I'm not getting it quite like it's like showing more technical results similar to DuckDuckGo, but DuckDuckGo is just bringing me to look at. I live my life right from the source. Listen, it's straight to the docs. Hello? It's sick. Do you get eye fatigue not using glasses when working at your PC? Yeah, so I was getting a lot of eye fatigue before, and I added a humidifier to my office, and that helped a lot. So I've been like trying to just stay more hydrated, and that's been helping a lot. So I think sometimes when I get like eye strain headaches and stuff, I think it's actually because my eyes are really dry. I'm gonna be so for real too. I'm like one of those people where when I'm gaming or like deeply focused, I will forget to blink. It is somehow not an automatic thing for me to do. Okay. Incoming returns an iterator over incoming connections, allowing you to handle multiple connections in a loop. It's a blocking call that accepts a single incoming connection at a time. Using incoming is more suitable for handling multiple connections concurrently. That is what I need to do. Okay, so I should be using incoming. Okay. Incoming. Oh wait, you know what? I gotta be better. I gotta like write my notes in my little, hold on. I have a little chaos section in this thing. All right. And this, okay, lessons learned. Oh, hello? Oh, you're not a, yeah. This one. Okay, so handling incoming connections. So we can do Tokio Stream. No, I keep making that up. It's not Tokio Stream. Spawn. Tokio spawn. So this is like basically start an async call. You need to accompany with async move to move ownership to the call. So any, I'll say like external data doesn't run out of life before the async call ends. So move scope to async. Me making it, what is the most verbose definition / explanation that I can give for this thing? Okay, so there's that. There's also, oh, you know what? I could have made it one of these. Hold on. Okay, there's also me saying the TCPStream, TCPListener. I can either do bind plus accept or bind plus, what is it, incoming? So then it's, oh wait, I think there's a thing here. Incoming is iterator on for all incoming connections. Zach says, amazing sessions, mate, for real, heartfelt. Thanks for these chill sessions. Help me lose all that toxicity attained from vibe coding work. Let's go. I'm so glad. I'm just glad that we all have a nice, comfy, cozy place to hang and just enjoy coding. I feel like it's such a fun thing that we get to do. Like, it's such a fun skill to have. You literally just get to like solve puzzles all day, and we cannot let companies ruin that for us. Okay, it's so magical and fun, and I think we should feel more whimsy when we're coding. No, I haven't made the YouTube DL wrapper. Honestly, that's probably a couple projects from now. Because I want to do this, I want to finish this little load balancer guy. And then I probably want to start building a shell. Because you guys know I was talking to, do I have that feature? Does it work? Hello? No, it doesn't work. Okay. 43 minutes. Okay. You guys know I was talking to code crafters for getting y'all set up for some course for like, it's kind of tutorial. It's like a guided project, and they have it in like a bunch of different programming languages and stuff. So I spoke to them after the last stream where I mentioned it, and they had a cool project that was to write your own shell from scratch. And so I thought that would be a really fun project to try out and write in Rust. And they've made it available for free. They said for the next, at least this month, I think a little bit longer. So I might do that one so that you all can follow along with that, whether you pay or not. So yeah, but I'll do a more like formal kind of announcement for that once I, like probably in a video, and also like once we actually start the project. So yeah, if it's something you want to kind of follow along with and have just like a nice easy project that you can do on like after work or like during, if you are able to, you know, advocate for yourself and have some like skill development time within your work week, then maybe you can follow along with me if you'd like. Yeah. What is Code Crafters? I haven't heard of this before. I'm trying to figure out what my link is. Hold on. Let me go to just chatting for a sec. I'm hitting the wrong things. I think I have it as, or wait. I don't think I have a command for it yet even. I think it's just link. I want to say it's link bash bunny code crafters. It's either link or links. Yeah. Oh, okay. So update on that, because basically the big cause for confusion last time I mentioned it, I shared that link. And basically what happens is the link, they give you 72 hours to have like a promotional rate where you get 40% off. But you can actually just like reset that anytime you click the link. So it'll give you, I think that this is what they told me, okay? Is that it gives you like that initial, I think the 72-hour window. And if that expires, you can just click my link again and still get the 40% discount anytime. So I wanted to share that with you all as well, because I don't want you to feel like you are pressured to spend anything that, you know, isn't comfortable for you because you feel like there's a time constraint on it. So that was very important to me to have all of that stuff cleared up. But yeah, that is the link to the code crafters. It's basically, I'll show it more in like a dedicated video, and I'll have, I'll link it. Like I should probably consolidate some of my affiliate links, put them on the different channels and stuff. But yeah, it is like, looks like a great platform to just like build, like basically get project ideas in whatever languages you want to learn or practice. And a lot of it, they will a lot of companies will subsidize it as part of your like learning stipend. So yeah. Muted? Oh, imagine I was just muted that whole time. How can I get the GitHub lamp behind you? I got it at their GitHub Universe event in person, but they've also had it at different times on their GitHub shop, like their merch, the merch spot. Got to see if they refund that when I intern at Salesforce. I'm sure you can. Yeah, you should definitely push for it, because a lot of people I think are getting it as something covered by their employer. Okay, iterator for all incoming connections. Crazy to see someone writing code these days. A lot of people that I see just use AI all day. Behavioral therapist dabbled into coding a couple days ago. I'm beginning to understand simple things and do exercises, but I feel like, what if I'm just wasting my time? Okay. The thing with AI, you can see I'm literally using AI right now. The thing with AI is that it's like anything that makes life easier for you. If you overuse it and you become very dependent on it, I don't think that is healthy for us, like psychologically. Like we need challenge, and it's not healthy to just delegate all of that and just make it as lazy as possible, like make yourself as lazy as possible. Because we also, and I'm sure all of us have felt this, like on the days that you like make your bed and you walk to work, you take the stairs, you make like small decisions that are like the slightly harder choice. Those compound, and then when it comes time for you to do something that requires a good amount of effort, your brain doesn't push back on you so hard. It's like part of the reason too why like a lot of people find that when they go to the gym in the morning before work, they are so much more productive at work, because there's no like internal fight of what if I take the easy route. Our threshold and tolerance for challenge or like laziness, basically, like how much effort we're willing to put on things, that threshold I think diminishes every time that we choose the lazier option. And instead, it means that you basically, it is like feeding that like desire for a really fast reward cycle that makes it really hard to sit down and do hard things. So when you're put in a position where you then have to do something that is really hard and you have to focus and spend good time doing that, your body and brain, you're not trained to do that. Like your ability to sit down and do hard things and overcome those challenges and not have that internal fight, it will atrophy if you don't use that. You have to. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, sure, it might mean slower results at the time. Also depends on what your priorities are. If you are on like a super tight timeline, you're like, your company's like, you're bleeding cash, you got a super tight timeline to work with, like speed is the first and foremost, then sure, yeah, like lean on it, get it to do the most for you as much as you can, but know that that comes at a bit of a cost. Like you're getting into a certain amount of debt, a cognitive debt that you'll have to make up for, or if you don't, you'll basically, yeah, you'll hit a point where you are so dependent on this thing because you can no longer do it manually. So it's like, yeah, it's just, that's pretty much it. That's my 2 cents. I think that I never think though that any time spent learning or applying yourself is time wasted. I do think that there are always like better ways you can kind of optimize your learning. Like there's going to be some things that are like make more sense, better use of your time when you're learning. Like I think that just it's so like repeated all the time, but just like try just building stuff, and it's okay to be completely out of your depth, completely uncomfortable. That's part of it. But like building stuff is going to be more beneficial than just reading a book front to back and then trying to translate that theory into something practical. Like getting practical hands-on experience is always going to win out. Doing both and combining both is generally the best, because then you're getting the hands-on application and also theory that goes behind, gives you different things to like question or think about, consider while you're solving these problems that can make you better at solving those things and can make you look at your solutions in a different light. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. Cody, thank you so much for the 1,000 biddies. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like I'm losing knowledge because of the overusage of AI tools like Claude in an environment where we're pushing features out nonstop. Oh shit. My chat kept moving and now your message is gone forever. Hold on. Me trying to reply and I'm like, wait, I lost it. Okay, so Brand was saying, I feel like I'm losing knowledge because of my overusage of AI tools like Claude in an environment where we're pushing features out nonstop. I tried thinking of a solution recently in C# and froze because I felt like I could not do it. A lot of people are experiencing that. I feel like the big thing is don't be too hard on yourself and give yourself like small things that you can work on every day to just like keep that ball rolling, you know? I think momentum is way under stressed in programming. Like momentum is the biggest thing to just keep you afloat, basically. Like I feel like any time that you spend a decent amount of like if you spend any chunk of time away from problem solving, you lose like confidence. You get more, you lose confidence. You, of course, self-doubt then creeps in and it becomes like an additional obstacle, additional hurdle. Like so much of it is habitual in how you approach problems. That I think it's really good to practice doing hard things. You don't use Chatterino? No. All right. So we have income. So, okay. So this is better for handling many connections concurrently. And then there's also, oh, this one doesn't, I swear I thought that doing alt enter would copy that, but I guess not. I thought it like copied the last, whatever. Accept is a blocking connection to a single client server, whatever. To a single, I'll just say endpoint. So that's an interesting distinction. I have no idea how concurrency works in Rust. So noted, we're gonna have to deal with that. Okay, so we match stream. Basically, if there's an error receiving the incoming connection. Okay, so I do have to keep this. and error accepting, I'll say incoming connection. That's maybe potentially implied by the fact that it is accepting the connection. What are you? Where is your little buddy? Your little buddy's gone forever. What are you? Oh, you're in Tokyo spawn. This is the stream one somehow. Okay, so we're just missing one here. Expected a right paren. Yes. Also, what I've found with Rust that is crazy is like if I get stuck on something and I'll ask AI, and I'm using Codex 5.3 Codex. I don't listen. I'm not keeping up with the latest and greatest. What is the best AI agent in the last 2 hours? Okay, I don't care. Okay, give me something that works well enough. Whatever. But what I find with Rust specifically is I'll be like, hey, why isn't this working? Can you help me? And it'll just like rewrite everything. And I'm like, brother, you've changed the logic. This isn't even the same function. And then I'll just like look at the Clippy. I'll just look at what Clippy said, and it said, and it's so good at suggestions. Hold on. I can show you. So this is Rust C cargo Clippy, which is space MBC, which I keep forgetting that shortcut. But like, look at this. It gives me such a good, okay, wait, here it's just going over my imports, which is whatever. Here it's saying like, oh, this doesn't, here's an error. And also here's how you fix it. And so I found there's so many times where I'm like, I don't know what this error means. And then as soon as I ask Clippy, I'm like, oh, it will actually just tell me what the problem is. Okay, so in this case, handle connections not found in the scope. That's fine. It's because I changed it to be a method instead of a function. So it needs, I think it needs me to initialize a load balancer. Yeah, see? And then here it's saying, hey, by the way, you're returning a type instead of where I thought you'd be returning nothing. Found a join handle? What the freak is a join? What is join handle? I didn't do that. Okay, yeah. And then here, yeah, it's literally, it's like, hey, use a semicolon here, you goof. And then that's going to stop some weird return types that we are getting. And then here it's not formatting on save because this handle connection thing is still not like completed here. Okay, active servers, all servers. I feel like I should maybe have like maybe I'll have a new function for this too, where it just like inits, it calls active, because I have helpers to get all of the servers from the YAML and also get the active servers. I feel like on startup when we can create the load balancer and get it to do it all at once. A handle that joins. No, surely not. Format on save, I hate that. I have a button for it instead. It doesn't bother me. I don't know, but other people were also saying, so sometimes my LSP will yell at me while I'm typing things and people are like, I would lose my mind. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I like the chaos. Maybe it's different. Thank you, Base. I appreciate that. Hello from Norway. I recently discovered your channel and I really enjoy the content you're pushing out. Good luck on your Rust learning adventure. You're fresh air in the era of AI slop. Let's go. Oh my God, Ryan. Ryan's saying what's worse than 2 million token usage is waiting 10 minutes until it gets done while watching reels. It's double brain rot. Yeah, like what are y'all doing while you're waiting for that stuff to finish? You know what you should be doing? Reading docs. Read some freaking docs. Try to understand what's going wrong. Can only use it in a right. Okay, wait. I was just about to do something here. All right. Okay. I need to also change this to be whatever the default thing should be for Rust, like the default number of spaces. Okay, here, this is going to return a new load balancer. And It's going to take as argument, it's going to take the index, which is the U size. I'll get it to do, actually it doesn't need to take, wait, I think I already did this. No, what did I do? I think I have, oh no, it's the server I have a default thing for. Okay, I don't think I actually need to take anything in because I'm not doing any custom YAML anything. I can just do, I don't need to return. I can just do load balancer. And index is just going to be, I think I can just set, oh, well, this one's going to be default, which I think I have to set explicitly unless it's, so basically I learned a thing here. Hold on. I learned a thing here with the server. Where are you? Oh, I can just, wait. There's this. So you can enable this like default macro where when you initialize a server, you can use this. So this is saying like, basically, okay, I did a thing here where I basically grab all of the available the server names that are from the YAML file that are defined, and then I map them into a new vector of servers, and I take the name from the initial list from YAML, and then all of the other attributes for server, because they're like primitive types, I can use this default thing and it'll just use the default value for the primitives. I'd assume that if it's a non-primitive type that you can just you can just have it implement the default trait. Yeah. Doom scrolling LinkedIn is crazy. Oh my God. Who's doom scrolling LinkedIn? Honestly, that'd be kind of funny though. Do you think solving problems on LeetCode is still a good way to improve problem solving skills in the age of AI? I think, I don't know. I feel like I haven't spent enough time grinding LeetCode. I think it's probably yes. But like, I feel like a lot of people that I've heard talk about this, they're like LeetCode is only helpful for interviews. That like part of me is like, okay, well maybe a better use of your time could be problem solving through trying to build things. It's the thing. She's an AI avatar. Actually, if you look closely, you can tell that I'm not, because I have very human flaws, okay? My nose is crooked because I almost broke it when I was a kid. I have crooked teeth, kind of. I have a crooked tooth because my dentist, I got a new dentist and they kind of hoed me. I have a built-in retainer from when I got braces, and the bar broke. And I don't know. I don't think they fixed it properly. What else? I have acne scars. If you look close enough. I'm in 4K now, so you might be able to see them. Kind of hoed you? Yeah. This my nose is crooked from boxing. I will say, okay, my crooked nose is kind of, it's okay. At least I got a cool story from it. Okay. I was doing front flips on a trampoline, and then for one of them, I didn't tuck my chin. I forgot to tuck my chin, and as soon as I flipped, I was like, this is not good, because I could feel the momentum in my head was so crazy. And I was like, uh-oh. And then so I landed on my butt, and my head came and like whipped and smacked my knee. And I was like, thankfully it hit like the muscle part of my knee, like not my kneecap. It just missed my kneecap. But if it hit my kneecap, I would have like split my lip open, fully broken my nose, and lost my front teeth. But I like was so lucky that I just missed it. I hit like the softer part of my knee. And so instead my face was like so swollen after. But that was it. That and like I got a deviated septum from that. But yeah. AI will be able to recreate those flaws next year. I don't think people are smart. I don't think the people building the AI models are smart enough to realize that we care, that like we like things that are human. I think the people that are making AI models are like, yeah, we like that this is AI. Maybe? This is Terminus Nerd Font. Oh my goodness. Hi, are you the sleepiest dog in the world? Oh my goodness. Hi, where are you going? The dog has decided she got somewhere to be. She's just standing there. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, little dog. Yeah, this is Terminus Nerd Font. Is the doggy happy your home always? Yeah. But for what it's worth, I think the dog is fine. I'm the one who has separation anxiety, you know? I'm like, where's my dog? Can I bring my dog? This I want to do, I think what is the function called? It's not available. Oh, I think it's just check health. What do you return? Oh, there's a chance it returns a result. Yeah, okay, hold on. I gotta handle that. So I think I can do, what is it? Let check health, let whatever equal. I'm gonna make it panic again. Actually, what was the other one? Dot unwrap to do fix this. I feel like, what do I want it to do if it fails to connect to any listed? I don't even think that's the error that it comes up with though. It's like, if it fails to do anything with the servers, like we can't recover from that. Like it is beyond our help. Okay? We cannot fix them. Okay, and then let available servers. But then I could just probably put that in here. No? Yeah. It's okay. We'll get... Oh, it's pissed. Wait, what? A future? Why is it a future? I thought it was not. I thought it was done being a future. Maybe not. Okay, anyway. Available servers. Oh, I think these are async. So I think I have to do await. Dot unwrap. Is that it? Do I have to await you? Wait, how is... I was gonna say, I feel like this is an async function. Yeah. What? Servers. Yeesh. Await is used here. which is not an async context, is used inside a non-async. Does everything need to be async now? This one also? I think that is how it works. All right. Why is this one not mad? Wait, can I just do this then? Or is it gonna, is it still gonna be pissed? Active servers, is that? Wait, that might actually work. Oh no, it doesn't. Wait, does it like it? Is it fine with it or not? Consider awaiting and calling the method on its output. Okay. Yeah, okay. So I can't do that in this right away. Okie doke, understood. Oh, I could just... Can I do this if it's something that's like in the function but not a parameter? You know, it's like not passed as an arg. We'll see. And then this is also dot await. Wait forever. Missing field all servers. Is that gonna work? I feel like that's working. Whenever you want to call await, it needs to be async. Yeah, that makes sense. Chat, what is a load balancer? Here, I should publish the README. Because I went through, we did like research in previous streams, because I also was like, somebody was like, oh, you should build a load balancer. I was like, what the fuck is a load balancer? And so here we've been doing it on the live stream, figuring out one, what a load balancer is, and then creating a little bit of a plan with different complexities for implementing it. Yeah, it's basically it's like a proxy. It receives connections, and then it decides which server that's running the program it's gonna send that traffic to. Traffic control. I would personally change the API to take in what you need. Change the API to take in what you need. What? Don't make me malfunction, please. You would rather, oh, you mean you'd rather me handle connection, only take in what you need instead of having it be a thing? A dedicated thing? For stream and listener.incoming. So I think even before our servers even open, okay, do health check before accepting incoming connections. We're gonna do that, which means we need to create a new, wait. Am I goofy? Creating a new struct Rust for new function. I think I made it a method instead. Okay, I'm having the most cursed search of all time. Okay, it's fine. This. Me forgetting how to do this in Rust. What is it? Build user. I think it's just a standalone. Why did I make it a method? Hello? Method is fine? Oh, right, because I just do load balancer new. Okay, no, it's goofy. You're so right. You're so smart. Thank you. I needed that. I needed that little bit of encouragement. Me forgetting where I am. Okay. Right. Right? Then we can do let. And then, wait, I don't. Yeah, this one needs self, so it does need a. Oh, wait, dot. Hello? Oh, no method called. Oh, no. Wait, really? I thought I did. Async function, handle connection. Doesn't need to be mutable yet. I thought that's how that worked. Wait, no, it fixed itself. Sometimes it's outdated and you gotta refresh the LSP. No, it's still mad. What are you mad about? What line is this? 30? Consider awaiting the future. Here? No method name for opaque type. Oh, it's because I'm not awaiting it. Okay, okay. No, I am. Dot await. No handle connection. What does that mean? The new method returns a future? Oh. You're right, because it's async. Everything is a future. Okay. Wow. Okay. Everything is awaiting everything else forever. Okay. Do you have a day job? I'm just doing content. I'm just doing content and building whatever I want. That is the plan. I want to, I should, I mean, I think I did. Did I cover that in a video? I feel like I did, but I also don't know if I did. I think I covered that in my like quitting my job video. But I basically quit my job to full-time. Well, basically I was just like, I think I could probably make this work. Let's see if we can. First off, I was like, I don't freaking know if this is gonna work, but we're just gonna send it. It's like I basically quit my programming job to build more of what I want to do full-time. So that I am prioritizing the skills that I want to learn and build, and not for basically for once in the last like decade, not prioritizing some kind of like other person's like basically leveling up with the skills for another person's gain, you know? So I'm just doing full-time live streaming, making videos. Can only be used with an async block that returns result or option. You're right. Can I just do .expect? Or I just do unwrap? Listen, you guys are gonna hate this. You're gonna hate this. But, okay, this I'm gonna just move for now because I don't feel like we're really referencing it that much. I'll just move it to this one. Oh my God, I feel like I have so much more room now. I quit my job too in transition to transition in AI engineering jobs. Can you explain what that means for the class? What is an AI engineering job? Does that mean you're building the AIs? Are you starting a startup anytime soon? Honestly, I'm really freaking busy. So like business wise, I'm probably just going to keep building fun stuff for the next, like, definitely at least until like fall. I'll just kind of keep experimenting with things that I think are fun. I think like there's a chance that I'll build stuff that I end up being like, hey, actually, I think this thing is really valuable. Let me make it like a one-time purchase of like $5, you know? This gives me anxiety. This could be done in a couple prompts. What is the point of doing these manually? Brother, if writing code gives you anxiety, why are you coding? What do you mean? Is it the effort that stresses you out? Like, what's the problem? What makes this stressful? This is the fun part. This is the part we all actually wish we were doing. Like, what do you mean? Use of move value load balancer. Oh, fuck. Uh-oh, not this again. Wait, when? I'm using it here. Async move. Load balancer. Wait, when did I move it? Anyway, it's fine. We're gonna move on. Pretend that's not a problem. We're gonna ignore our problems for now. I will see, do I have a to-do list in this thing? I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna start a new little handle errors more elegantly. Probably. I think right now I have and then another to do is that I need to actually set up the forwarding, which is what we're working on right now, which is fine because we're gonna get that set up because we're so freaking elite. Writing of the code is usually the least stressful, especially when you're in the coding zone. It's all the other crap that stresses me out. I know. I think it was more stressful the other day. Like right now, I'm just kind of figuring out like how you even, I'm figuring out like how you even do stuff with Rust. And I'm coming across, you know, like different things that don't work or do work or whatever. And that's like fun to me because I'm like, oh, it's puzzle and I'm trying to like see what pieces fit, you know, versus like even me, I feel like maybe when I was researching like what is a load balancer and then being like, how the frick am I going to, like, how do I break this down enough to implement it? Also doing that on stream also always makes it a little bit more stressful because I'm like, I get distracted by what people are saying in the chat. And then I'm like, wait, I have two parallels going on here. The voices in my head are getting louder and I think they might not be mine. Like that I find a little bit more stressful, but even like the polish, I think the last like 10% or whatever, where you're getting it polished is always like the worst. The most work of all time. Okay. So I need to do, TCPStream connect. I think this was we were doing something else here is what it was saying you could do. It was saying that we could, this forwarding one. Oh, it is connect, but it's copy bidirectional. Let from client is equal to IO copy bidirectional, the inbound, which we receive as a TCP stream, and the outbound, which is the connection to our server. Okay. Okay. So this is, yeah, the server connection. And then we do IO bidirectional. Is it going to give me any completion here? Nah, we didn't need it. It's okay. We didn't need completion. It is IO copy bidirectional. Yeah, why is it not giving me anything? Is crazy. It could be because I'm not using IO. I don't have IO. Cargo, add IO. Wait, what was the features full? I feel like I need to do... Oh, okay. It doesn't have features. It's just itself. IO is in Tokio? Oh. It's not a crate? Oh. Really? Oh, it's Tokio IO. I think that's why. Okay. That makes sense. I think it's because the way that I imported it, I have to do that. Takes 2 arguments. Okay. So I wish it would give me the signature. Mutate. I think it was input and here. I'm gonna make this incoming. I'm gonna make that incoming and then outgoing. Maybe that will make more sense in my brain. A little bit shorter. Types differ in mutability, so I think I need to make both of these mutable. And then what do you return? It's still saying that? Why? Found reference. Oh. Expected and mut. Found reference. I think I have to put it here as well. Trait bound, blah, 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 blah. Async write is not satisfied. Tokio async write. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna look. Copy bidirectional and mut inbound, and the inbound is the TCP stream. Connect.await. I think I'm maybe not awaiting. Oh no, I am. So what is the problem? Oh. From client, from server. Inbound, outbound, client, and server. Async write not satisfied. Is that what could that be from? Mut inbound TCP stream. Word inbound dot await. Use Tokio IO. Required by an wait, what? You know what? Let's ask Clippy. Clippy got us. They got it. Did this split pane like this? Oh, my TCP. You guys are so smart. I think I had this because I was doing TCPListener, TCP thing. I think I had it different because before I had some like not asynchronous things. Let me see if I have more. Okay, wait. I'm just gonna change. I'll change all of them. We are looking for TCPListener. Is that it? Oh, that's the only one. Okay. And then there's also TCPStream, which are all using, I think this one, do I also need to specify that this is Tokio Net? Mismatch types. Has type future. Oh, I see. So I have to await. Okay. What are you mad about? Type annotations needed. What is stream? If you import TCPListener, refer to it directly. I think do I need to do net? I'll clean that up later, okay? Oh, did I change this? So this is a future now. So I can do... Yeah, I think that's why, is because this initially was synchronous, not asynchronous. Whoa. Simsec, thank you so much for the tier 2 membership on YouTube. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Anonymous, thanks. Okay, I'm not thanking you. Is it a real gift sub? Be honest. Tokio Net TCP. You kind of sus. I agree. I literally did a video on that specifically because people are like so at each other's throats on how they should be using AI. Here, let me pull it up. People are so at each other's throats that they should be about how they need to use AI that I was like, okay, listen, I think we need to understand each other here for a sec. It was this one. Coding for peak joy. That is what I talk about coding, like process developers versus product developers. Like some people are driven by different things, different outcomes. Because I think with some people, it's also just like, I will always be building no matter what it is. And others are like, oh, I want to build this very specific thing. Tokio Net, what do you freaking mean? TCP listener not? Oh, no net, blah, 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 incoming. Okay. TCP listener for Tokio. I think I have the thing. Okay. Can be turned into a stream with listener stream. Listener.accept. What is the best way? Well, did I just typo it? No, they don't have it. Okay, I don't know. Let me... Tokio TCP listener. Stream and listener. Allow multiple incoming requests. When's the collab stream with Prime? After all, he's a big Rust brain, probably has some tips. I don't know. Will you be publishing this on GitHub? I will. Yeah. To allow multiple incoming requests with the TCP listener in Tokio, you can use an asynchronous loop to accept connections and spawn a new task for each connection. So that's probably what the AIs were telling me, is because it was using TCP listener. It was using Tokio TCP listener, and that's why it was doing listener.accept.await instead of listener incoming, because that doesn't exist. Thing is to collab with Prime for Rust content. It's kind of one of those things I'm like, it's not like I have any questions. We could build something together, but then it's like, even that is like async. You know what I mean? I don't think I need any of this now then. I think it's this, and I think it's let I think it's like check for the error is going to be my guess. Let error E equal await. Oops. Await dot something. Hello? Something like that. Let error E equal dot await. I can't remember. What was it saying? Listener accept await a loop. Oh, it just does a loop. So it does a listener and it loops. It gets the listener accept dot await is the inbound. And the forwarding is the inbound. Okay. So it just, we do that. Not quite that either, because it was listener accept await was the inbound. And it just ignores the error, I guess. Incoming connection. Handle connections. Okay, and then it just wraps everything in a loop. That loops forever is my guess. And this, I need to get rid of a bunch of this stuff. Let servers with status. I still need to do this first in main. This I can get rid of. This is the async. This I can get rid of. What do you belong to? Oh, I see. Okay, what else are you mad about? Returns result or option. I think this one, I think you had it where we could do, it returns like IO result. Is there a macro for that? No. Something like that. And then I can use it? No. I think I can't do that. I can't remember why. Oh no, it does. Oh, it's IO result. Wait, how do I redo that? Wait, but that's what I have. What is different here? Result. Tokio. Unresolved module. So it's. Oh my god. Everything Tokio now. Why are you mad about that? That resolves to results. This function should return results option. So first, that's why I'm already doing the load. So I do the check for all of the servers and stuff in here. And then let servers, I don't need to do that anymore. Here we're going to receive incoming connections. Or, yeah. Stream doesn't exist anymore. Do an async call forwarding the info. Stream plus async, yeah. And maybe unreachable. Do I need to do something? Tokio spawn. Do I have to await anything here? Just the loop listener. Why is it unreachable? What is loop? RIP nil. Uh-oh. Because it's an infinite loop, the OK is now unreachable. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. So how does it do it in here then? It just does a let error E. It doesn't have, I don't see an OK. Oh, it's the forwarded. Oh, okay, I see. That's what returns the result is the forward thing. So then I don't, okay. So I don't need to do that there. I basically need to make my, handle connection thing return a result, which it does. And then that either gets returned or some error. And then use of moved value. Errors due to use in a coroutine. Uh-oh. Where? Also, my hard-coded port numbers. Okay, what else do you want? Why do I even have ping in here? Me when I thought I would just have to ping the server, see if it's up. Why is it saying to remove Tokyo? Okay, value moved here in previous iteration of the loop. Load balancer. Oh, shit. Okay. So before the loop, So one option is that I copy it, which I don't think makes sense. Shouldn't, that's like probably having a lot more resource usage if I'm doing it this way. So basically, I guess I could just do handle connection and then have the incoming connection and then the next, and then like the server to use. Server name probably. But then I don't know where in here I would decide which server. Because I feel like this is listening. This loop is... Hold on. Incoming server, and I think this is going to be a. I think it's just. Is it? Because I'm trying to figure out where I'm tracking. Where I want to track the progress. Okay, we go back to main. So I'm trying to figure out, like, where do I need to keep track of the connections, etc. Is it in the loop? That is the name of the server that we would want. So what I could do is like let server be this. Do I need to clone it? Self is gonna be. Oh, but then is it still getting moved? No, it's fine for it to be, no, it's fine. The move is only because of the Tokyo async move thing. Okay, so now you're pissed. Cannot find function, handle connection. Oh yeah, I need to remove this from the load balancer implementation. Yeah. And then not have this. Okay. Server. Mismatch types. What are you? Is it a string? I don't know why it's still not formatting. I think I must have, I mean, it doesn't say I have any errors. Just a lot of LSP stuff. Hello? I have an AirPod in with listening to nothing. Yeah, I don't know. Usually it triggers on save Rust format unless there's some kind of error with the code. Okay. So now I need to check server, load balancer active servers, load balancer.index. So for every time that this loops, I need to hold on. I am back. Yippee. Okay. Noct says there's just so much more garbage to filter through than there used to be. I feel bad for people trying to learn fresh nowadays. Yeah. I think it's really hard. I think that's also one thing that worries me about, like, I know that AI is so fast at like finding bugs for you, like debugging. Great at debugging. It's great at like telling you answers from the docs and stuff. But it's like, it's giving you fish. It's not teaching you how to fish. And I feel like it's so easy to be like this is also part of why, like, you know, again, I could just be asking AI how to do all of these things, but I want to like see what the errors are that I get if I do it wrong, and then know what those mean in the future, because that is so much of like the experience as that builds for you. I know that people are like, you don't need to learn syntax anymore, blah, 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 blah. I think it's really, I like knowing how the language works. I like knowing what the errors look like. I like knowing what resources are at my disposal for me to be able to do this myself. Like, if I was just asking AI everything for how to like learn Rust, I would never look at Clippy. I would never look at Cargo Docs, which are great. It gives you everything that you need for your project. And I think there are even more things that I have yet to discover. Obviously, I'm very new to Rust. But I think there's even more like things that are built into the tools that you use that give you all of the information that you need, but you need to know where to look. And it's so hard, I feel like, for new programmers to know where to look. Like learning, the fact, like, man pages are not, most newbies do not know that man pages exist. Most newbies do not know that you can look at docs from your editor. Like, there's so much stuff. I hate the take where everyone is saying that there's no reason to learn anymore, right? It's so, I'm so bored. I'm so bored by you saying that. It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, if we had infinite time, us as humans, if we had infinite time at our disposal, do you know how bored you would get? Like, some people, you know, you can lay around all day and be happy with that. We need things to entertain ourselves. We need some kind of like mental stimulus, and why not be learning? Why not allow ourselves to have some of that time and energy spent learning? It's nice. We're allowed to. Giving you fish with no indication it can turn out to be poisonous. Yeah. I think the problem too is, and I think that this is very predatory of a lot of companies right now, is that companies forcing their employees, in particular software developers, because we've already spoken about how momentum is everything as a programmer. The companies that are like forcing their programmers to maximize AI usage, maximize token usage, and that is a metric for productivity. It is so short-sighted, and it falls into that pattern of like using employees like their tools. And then as soon as they start to get like burnt out, or their skills start to atrophy because they're not getting the practice that they need to be able to like actually have sustained continued growth, it's 100% beneficial to the company, meaning they're getting all the output during the time that the person is working for them. And then once the person leaves, they're like, I learned nothing from that code base. I do not have very much context on what happened. Like, they are now like, basically they have this experience that has no value to them. And that's probably an extreme. I'm sure that they have actually like learned things, whatever, but you know, it is like very much skewed in favor of the company to the point where it actually is like, to me feels a little bit predatory, a little bit like you're operating in the negative as the employee. Yo, Donut, how's it going? Donut. Yeah, we're doing Rust. How do you remember things as a programmer? Honestly, talking about it a lot helps. I feel like you still forget I feel like you still forget, like there's so much to know, you're going to forget things, that just having some level of familiarity with it where you're like, oh, I've heard this term before, let me quickly look at it. And then you can glance over it and be like, oh yeah, I know what this is. That helps a lot. Yeah. I'd say, I don't know. I haven't really done flashcards in a really long time. I think it just depends on like how bad it is of what you're forgetting. But really, I think it's a lot of it, I think, has to do with like the environment. Like it's like immersion. It's like learning a new language, you know? You got to be around other people that are in the same niche, specialization, whatever, that are talking about these things all the time. But most of the time, I think the point is that you learn the thing so that you're familiar with it, so that when something comes up, you have a familiarity and you're like, oh, wait, yeah, I like vaguely remember what this thing means. Oh, shit. Once you've lifted the weights before, even if you use a muscle, it's a lot easier to get it back. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Oh, we've been yapping for so long. We've been yapping for so long. Did I get it wrong? That's awkward. Oh my gosh. Okay. UCAP, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeet, thank you so much for the Prime as well. I appreciate it. I love salmon. Dude, I eat a lot of salmon. I love salmon. My memory is cooked though. Yeah. I think it's practice. I think it's also having good lifestyle patterns that facilitate good memory is important. A lot of different kinds of substances will hurt your memory. So, you know. All right, you guys. Can I ask programming questions in here? Is that looked down on? You can 100% ask programming questions here. We do not look down on others. You can be banned for looking down on others here, okay? We're all here because we have a collective interest in coding, and we want a nice, cozy, comfy space to talk about nerd stuff online, okay? So you are allowed to ask the most beginner questions of all time. You are allowed to ask very complex questions. All of the above, yes, yes, yes. You are totally welcomed here in the community. Myers, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Rascal, thank you as well for the Prime. Do you have dot files for your setup? My Neovim looks great. This is actually Doom Emacs. And this is pretty close to like the default setup, I feel like, in terms of the interface. But I do have dot files. If you look on, it's github.com/bashbunny, same as my handle. And then I have a dot files repo. Do you have any Emacs cheat sheet? I just switched over. I literally just do Alt-X and look for a bunch of different, like anything that I could possibly want to do. And I'll just explore features through like fuzzy finding through all the available commands like that. Cheat sheet otherwise, yeah, I feel like that's pretty much the main way I'll do it. Sometimes, like, so with Doom Emacs in particular, you can do like, if you do like leader C, it gives you a lot of like code specific operations. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll be like, oh, I see that like code action is leader CA. I see that rename is leader CR. I want to see all of the potential combinations for leader C, which is like, yeah, it's basically like a lot of things are organized in a specific kind of domain. Like this will be all the code stuff. I think if it's leader M is all of the org mode stuff. Oh no, that's for build or cargo test. I can't remember what it was. And like space B is all the buffer stuff. Like you can see all of the available operations for like that kind of category. So sometimes that's good if you're like, oh, I want something that is adjacent to this command that I already know. Let me look at what else falls under that category. Yeah. I'm pretty good at editing in Emacs. I feel much slower navigating a project versus Neovim, so I haven't switched over. Like, in what way? Because you have leader S is all of your search commands. You can search the buffer, you can search the current directory, you can look for a specific file, look for a symbol, whatever. If you're using Harpoon in Neovim, which is where you basically can do a bookmark or like mark your code so that you can jump back to it at a certain point. In Emacs, they're called bookmarks. I think it's, yeah. And like this, for example, is all my bookmarks that I have. And sometimes I'll just make it like, if I'm debugging something or I'm in the middle of a feature, but I'm jumping around a lot to fix other stuff, I'll like bookmark it so I can jump back to it. Big brain suggestion, bookmarking your code is so handy. It is one feature I did not know existed and didn't know I needed for a long time. What resource are we learning to use about load balancers? We jumped around a lot of different blog posts and like more formal descriptions on what a load balancer is, and then we kind of broke it down. Let's see. This is the README where we learned what a load balancer is. I will clean it up a little bit and try and make it public sooner than later, because I'm realizing a lot of you are interested in probably like looking at the code, even though it's not done. I was gonna wait until it was done, but alas, the people have spoken. So I'll try and get that published sooner than later. Let me remind myself, put a little publish. Publish load balancer code. If you're looking for another person who really enjoys just like the art, the fun of coding, TSOding is another person in the space that does a lot of like coding live streams and stuff that that will also, like, he's definitely has way more experience than me, but also is like super into just like in it for the love of the game. So if you're looking for just another person, if I am offline, or you just want to like have more immersion, more sources of people that are building and whatever, they're a good person you can look at as well. Probably a very different approach. I think I've seen some of his streams and I'm like very different energy levels and stuff, but it might vibe with you. My whole goal here is just to like facilitate connection with people. If I can connect you to a space where you feel most comfortable, most welcomed, that is the goal for me. So if that ends up being like the perfect thing, resonates with you wholly, then that is awesome. 01101, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, guys. How long have I been live? 2 hours. Okay, let's try and do anything challenge. Where do I keep track of the connections? Am I going to do it in the loop? I feel like I should. I feel like basically this will do an async thing. It's going to try and handle the connection. It's going to await it. Why don't you give me information when I need it, you little brat? Space MBD. Yes. Okay, I need docs for spawn. this. What do you return? A join handle. Returning a join handle for it. What the freak is a join handle? Spawning this task enables the task to execute concurrently to other tasks. So if I put something after this, what I'm trying to figure out is basically if I put something after this Tokyo spawn, like, do I have to await? If I do something after the Tokyo spawn, I want, like, after that has happened, I want to, like, add a connection for that server. So I'd want to do my load balancer dot, probably, wait, oh shit, the index is, oh my God, I'm so evil. Why did I do this? Active servers. The index is going to be for the active servers, but I feel like I need to make that more clear. Index. I feel like I should also just like save that as like current. Incoming. You know what? I'm going to do this and I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to do server dot name dot clone. And then what are you mad about? Cannot move index. Consider borrowing. Yeah. Okay. So basically what I want to do is I want to do that. I also need to make that mutable. But I want to do that, and then I want to do, like, I want my server dot connections. I want to increment that. Oh, I have to do plus equal 1. I want to increment that. Cannot assign to which is behind a fog. Does not live long enough. No. No. Oh, I think it's because okay, hold on. I am fighting lifetimes slightly here. You know what? I'm just gonna copy it and we make it pretty later. Hello. Active servers dot index dot connections. Why is it is weird that the format is not happening by default. Oh, but then I also need to do it when how do I know when the connection terminates? What other questions do I have? Don't access, use get n. Okay. I think you're right. I think you're so smart. I do remember seeing not to do that, but then I couldn't remember what the alternative was, and I hadn't gotten around to looking it up yet. Hehe. Dot name. No field, unstandard option server. Oh. Okay, wait, we got this. We're so locked in. Let's server equal this. And then I'm going to make this one be server name. Huge. I know. Innovative stuff. And then this one I do... Why is this a reference? Oh, because it's a string? Our get unwrap is similar to our I see. Oh, because this gives you a option. What do you want from me? Why is it behind an and reference? Why is it behind a reference? What do you mean? What are you? Is this evil? Potentially. Maybe you don't need to clone. We'll see. Okay, server connections. And then we need to make this, like, basically make this decrement. We ask AI because it's so smart. Just kidding. I'm just impatient. Feeling a little impatient right now. Async read. Oh, freak. Okay. By attempting IO, there's no separate closed event on a TCP stream. So I have to try and do a stream.read once it's connected. Connection closures is there to end a file or OK0 or IO error. Interesting. I think I might end it on that. But you don't do any manual reads in your code. Yeah, I gotta look into this more. I'm not gonna blindly trust that, and I can feel my brain isn't liking any of what I'm doing right now. It's just at the end of forward. At the end of forward. It's so hard to stream and write code. It really is. Yeah. That's why the streams are like 2 hours. Don't give up. I got places to be. I got other things to do today. Listen, I also didn't film my thing that I was supposed to film, which is maybe I have time. What time is it? What kind of shelf is that behind you? It's from Amazon. The cheap kind. The cheap kind. That's what kind. Oh, I'm trying to remember what it's actually called though. There was a name for this kind of shelf. Frick, I can't remember. But I was trying to find this exact, like, it doesn't look that cheap, so bonus. Yeah, honestly, pretty good buy. Okay. I did want to share some of the stuff that I learned in my other project. And I would like to, yeah, some kind of ladder shelf. I feel like that is also, it was something like that. All right. Do we lock in for 1 sec? A 5-tier? Yeah, I think something like that. I don't know. I don't freaking know what I'm doing. Does it look like I know? It's all a lie. Okay. I think we lock in. I'm going to try and record something. Okay. Try and record some of the stuff that I learned, lessons learned from measured. All right, are we ready? Okay, suddenly my whole setup is stuttering. Not loving that. Wait, I should have read this first. Hold on. I gotta end the recording. I started recording. I read none of my notes over on what I learned. Okay, let's review it together first. So big lesson learned was basically practice modeling domain data into enums. Because I feel like the enumerators in Rust feel so powerful. So I had to figure out how to use that. There's a lot of other things, like apparently it's a better practice to do comparisons with comparisons to like different enumerators instead of like string comparisons. So I was having to basically try and find user input and user input, convert that into an enumerator, and then do a comparison on the type, on like the type of input, whether it was a Celsius or Fahrenheit, based on, from the user input to an enumerator to enumerator comparisons. Okay, so that's one. Another thing that I had to practice doing with this was converting JSON, which was interesting. I wanted to figure out how to do like API requests, because I feel like that's a classic good starter move, is to just do like a basic little API request and do something with that data. So that was a good practice. It got me using request. I did, this is so basic, so I didn't end up doing anything asynchronous. But yeah, that was pretty helpful. Figuring out also how to, you know what? Fuck it, we record. I think we're good. I think we're fine. All right, so I wanted to recap my first Rust project with you. So let's jump into some of the lessons learned. This is already on the screen. This is the measured project, and the end result with this is pretty simple. Hello? So basically what I want to do here, ignore all of that, okay. You put in a city name and then you put in a country, and then you can say what temperature unit you want to get back. And then it's going to check the local weather at that location, and it's going to give it back to you in the unit that you want. So part of my reason for choosing this as a project is I wanted something really small in scope, and I wanted to practice basically putting any kind of data into like structs and enumerators and everything in Rust, because it's very different than in Go. So that was something that I wanted to practice with. It also gave me a really good experience working with JSON as well, because doing the GET request, we get JSON back, figuring out how to deserialize that into structs, and of course, getting just practice with references and borrowing, moving values over, all of the classic Rust isms that we come across in this language. So it was just a really nice small scoped project to do those things. It also allowed me to learn some of the best practices, including, like, for example, when I was getting the user input, that is a string that you get back. And one thing that is apparently a pretty big anti-pattern in Rust is doing like string comparison, basically figuring out what unit of measure the user actually put in. Let me try and find where I actually changed this. It was in here. So actually figuring out what unit of measure they are doing was, okay, wait, Figuring out what unit of measure was being given by the user was a bit interesting because normally I would have just checked if the string contains like C or F, but that is apparently a bit of a brittle way to check the type. So the better approach here is actually to implement this from string trait and be able to have the unit convert to an enumerator and then do an enumeration comparison and then convert it as necessary. So that's what I ended up doing. Another thing that I ended up messing with a lot here were custom error types. So I had to create this app error thing, which in hindsight, now that I've done a touch more Rust, wasn't really necessary because for a lot of applications, people end up using anyhow error. And this basically allows you to not have to do this whole custom error enumerator with all of the different kinds of errors. It just allows you to return errors and avoid all of this additional complexity that isn't necessary. If you're doing for libraries, I think it was typically using this error that I believe allows for a little bit more detail. But yeah, it is something where like if you do still need that level of control, it's good to get practice with, which is part of why I wanted to just do this more complex version anyway, just to see what that would look like to have my own custom error type that would allow me to cascade errors up. Because basically when I return any errors, every single function that returns that error, it needs to be the same error type in the result. So if I have a caller that, returns type B and then it calls a function that returns error type A, and then I basically it would block as soon as I would get to the caller and want to return the error that I received from the other function. I don't know if I'm making that even more confusing in my explanation, but yeah, that is a whole other can of worms that you might experience in Rust. Another thing that I was looking for that drew me towards this kind of error handling is that I wanted custom errors for these different error types that I was getting. So instead of just doing .expect and then which panics, but still gives a custom error message, in this case, I actually used the display trait and had my app error implement that and gave different error messages for each variation of the app error that you could get. Another thing that I learned to do that was really helpful was adding Clippy pedantic. This gives you really, really helpful tips for writing idiomatic Rust code. I found that Clippy itself is a really incredible tool. It gives you great suggestions on how to fix the errors. So I would highly recommend, like before asking AI how to fix your code, try to get familiar with the errors that you're getting back from Clippy, because most of the time it'll tell you the error, it will point to what specific thing is causing the error, and it will suggest a remedy for that. So I highly recommend that, and Clippy pedantic was very helpful. It'll also give you feedback on when to remove unnecessary borrows, casts, returns, any kind of inline formatted variables, stuff like that. And you can show Clippy pedantic in Emacs if you do space MBC. Or you can also, just as always, do like Alt X and looks for, I think that is actually just Clippy, cargo Clippy. I don't know why it's not. Anyway, whatever. Of course it fails whenever I do that, but that was space MBC. And then trying to think of what else. I feel like the general consensus with this was just getting more hands-on practice with Rust. No matter what, if you're learning a new language, you just got to get your hands dirty. There's only so much you're going to be able to like even read from my code to try and understand why certain things are the way they are. You have to kind of like try for yourself, run into the errors, and then try to fix them. So I hope that that helps. I hope that that's an interesting kind of retrospective on the first project in Rust. And let's see, some of the other best practices I got, was some of these printing or formatting. You can just reference the field or variable directly in there instead of having to do, anything like that. You don't need to set an explicit return unless it's an early return. Otherwise, you can just return the type, and Clippy is incredibly useful for figuring out what you might need to return, or if you run into any issues or anything like that. Clippy is amazing. Let me know if there's anything that I covered in this video that really stood out to you that you liked. If there are things that you want to learn more about in my process of like things I get stuck on, how I'm unblocking myself, best practices that I'm finding out along the way. I tried to include that with this project, but again, this is kind of my first time covering a project in this format. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts, and if you'd rather hear more or less of certain things discussed, just let me know. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video, and thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe if you want to follow along with this Rust journey. I'm also live streaming on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays if you want to stay tuned and have some nice cozy background stuff while you're working. We're all in here working together. So I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. I have no idea how that's going to work because that is the first time I'm recording while also streaming in 4K. We'll see. Clippy runs a tight ship. That's awesome. Okay, it's stopping recording forever. Is it okay? Hey, it looks like you're trying to submit trash code. Would you like some tough feedback on that? Yeah, that's awesome. Is she reading chat? Sorry guys, I was filming something. I was like, I know that once I get off camera, I'm gonna want to be hermit programmer mode. I'm not gonna want to talk again. My stream is in trouble. No, my OBS is flipping out right now. You got to give me 1 sec. Okay, I think it was using encoding overloaded. Consider turning down video settings or faster encoding. Yeah, sorry guys. That's what I get for streaming in 4K. RIP. Yeah. Not exactly live at the moment. Yeah. Is it fixed now? Video is frozen. Okay, hold on. I don't know why it's lagging now. Encoding. RIP. Is this better? Okay, hold on. Is it better? Is it still traumatized by me? Refresh did nothing? What is the stream? What is happening? It's fixed. I restarted OBS. All right, all right. It is very funny. I'm like, this is all that just to say, guys, I gotta end stream. All that to say, I don't know how that recording turned out, but I gotta end stream, you guys. I just felt bad if I ended it on a slideshow. Try again, but in 8K. Guys, should we try and do 8K next time? I think we can do it. Wait, the audio is not gone? Is stream ended? Yeah, you guys, I gotta go. I gotta go. Who's on? Who's on Twitch? Oh, what's G doing? Hello? In Spain? Do you go? Okay, do you want to see? I might send you to G. What's she doing? How long is she live? Oh, is she doing a subathon? Oh my god. Okay, she's getting a foot massage. Girl. She's so wild for this. You guys, what the frick is happening here? Hold on. We gotta freaking show that. What the, dude? Me trying to raid my friend. My friends are being freaking weird. Hold on. My friends are. You guys. Oh wait, low connection. Hold on. She's giving us that tier 3 content. I didn't know. Oh wait, hold on. Where is she? Come back. Come back. Oh. Oh wait, it's clips now. We've lost her. Oh, wait. Is this real? I don't even know it's real anymore. Is that a clip? Okay, wait, she back. Do you guys want, okay, we're gonna, I forgot, I'm not asking who we're rating. I forgot this is my stream for a second, wait. And I have free will. You know what's great? Okay, let this be your reminder. You are a programmer with free will. You can just build whatever the frick you want. Especially with AI these days. You can just build anything. And I'm not saying you gotta vibe code it. All right? I'm not saying you're vibe coding it. I'm just saying you can be unblocked building anything. So just, you have free will, have some freaking whimsy in your life and build something fun, okay? Build literally anything. Building anything will make you feel good. And then you can do more. All right? Try it. First try, no mistakes. Thank you so much for the support, you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you on tomorrow. What day is it today? Is today Wednesday? I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to check out the YouTube if you want more content. Otherwise, I mean, I feel like I'm overloading you guys with content. You got so much. I'm giving you like so many shorts, so many videos, all of it. I'm doing my best. Goodbye. I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Enjoy G's stream. YouTube, you get nothing. I'm sorry. Actually, there's a chance we raid Alveus when this ends. I don't know how I set it up. Peace. Goodbye.